from the Conservatives.
Preet, Gill.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I want to use my remarks today to focus on the West Midlands, my home. We are the birthplace of the first industrial revolution and the cooperative movement, the home of Britain's second city, Cadbury's chocolate and J.R. Tolkien. We are the inventors of the pacemaker, the Balti and the world's leading brain cancer drug. It's where in the 50s, my family and thousands like them travelled halfway across the world to make our home. We are a diverse region, a young region and a dynamic one. And the West Midlands has immense potential, but for the past 14 years we have been let down. The headline of the budget last week was that this will be the first parliament in modern history where living standards have fallen. It is a grim culmination of 14 years of economic mismanagement under this government, taxes rising, living standards falling, growth stalling and empty promises. The Prime Minister may write off his recession as a technicality, but working people in the West Midlands know better. They feel worse off because they are worse off. And as the OBR revealed last week, GDP per person is set to shrink this year, having shrunk last year too. And it is the longest period of no growth since records began in the 1950s. And according to the Centre for Cities, since 2010, the average person in the West Midlands is £4,320 poorer than if the economy had grown at the same rate it did under Labour. And in Stoke-on-Trent, that means the average person is £7,360 worse off under the Tories. And in Coventry, the average person is nearly £9,000 worse off. That is this government's legacy. Giving people £5 back with one hand after taking £10 with the other is not going to fool anyone. At the heart of the problems facing our broken economy is Britain's productivity crisis. Increasing productivity is critical for our success as a nation, for growth and for living standards. Our productivity levels are now lower than at any time since the Industrial Revolution. And our Shadow Chancellor knows that productivity is a key driver of high wages, and it is part of why we've made growth and productivity the first mission of the next Labour government. Under Labour, London and the South East won't be the only engines of growth. We will spread good jobs and productivity growth to every part of the country to make everyone better off. And yet there was no proper plan for growth in the budget last week. The forecast revealed that the growth we might expect in the next 5 years depend largely on the Chancellor having revised up net migration by 350,000. As the Productivity Institute has shown, low investment, regional inequality and a lack of long-term joined-up government are key drivers of the Tory low productivity and low growth doom loop. But where was the plan to address that in the budget last week? Where is the long-term mission to secure the highest sustained growth in the G7 with good jobs and productivity growth in all parts of the country? Where is the industrial strategy to guide that partnership between government and business to transform challenge into opportunities? And where is the joined-up skills strategy to bring together businesses, training providers, unions to meet the jobs market of tomorrow? Mr Deputy Speaker, the chaos of the past few years has damaged business confidence and investment. A hallmark of this government has been short-termism and to lurch from crisis to crisis. And we know that businesses can't operate like that. And that's why Labour has set a long-term industrial strategy. And the West Midlands should be at the cutting edge of these frontiers. I recently visited the Precision Health Technologies Accelerator at Birmingham's Life Sciences campus, bringing together the University of Birmingham, business and the NHS, creating over 10,000 jobs for our region. And right now there is a revolution taking place in medical science, technology, data that has the potential to transform our healthcare, and we should be at the forefront of it. But under this government, Britain's life sciences sector has declined, falling from 2nd to 9th in global life sciences league tables for inward foreign direct capital investment in 2022. That's a £900 million drop. And between 2012 and 2020, the UK's share of global pharmaceutical research and development halved. Or take the Prime Minister's decision to attack Britain's net zero targets and at a stroke trash Britain's reputation as a place to invest in developing the clean energy of tomorrow. The outcry from industry just shows how self-defeating this really was. And far from scaling back our ambition, Labour will increase it. We will deliver cheaper zero-carbon electricity system by 2020. By 2030, through our Green Prosperity Plan, we will bring the much-needed investment into the West Midlands with hundreds of millions through our battery power fund, a gigafactory in the West Midlands, investment in green hydrogen manufacturing to make clean power of the future, reform our planning system, jobs for construction workers so that we can upgrade our region's old drafty housing stock, and over 1,000 local power projects to our local power plan. The reality is people in the West Midlands need change. Change from a government that has left them thousands of pounds worse off, has brought public services to their knees, has left the economy in tatters. We are in a make or break decade for our economy, and the choice at the next election will be clear. 5 more years of the same failed approach, or a decade of national renewal with Labour, good jobs in every part of the country, a world-leading green investment agenda, a life sciences sector that will create the jobs and technologies of tomorrow, only Labour will give the West Midlands its future back. Thank you.
Helen Hayes.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. It has been my